Hey guys, Fears here, and we're back at it again with another callouts video. And in this video, we're going to be going through Breeze. Like I said in all my previous callouts videos, that the callout names are going to be dependent on your region. So for example, if you're from NA, it's going to be different than in EU. Now like Icebox when it first came out, the callouts aren't as fleshed out. So it's going to be probably a few more weeks or even like a month before there's gonna be like callouts for most of the spots on the map. So do keep in mind this video is like the callouts so far. That's probably what I'm gonna name the video. Like the callouts are not complete yet, and I don't really want to make my own callouts and like show it to you guys and upload it. I just want to let things go through and like go with the flow or whatever, and let the map get its own callouts naturally through whatever players call it. So with that being said, let's get started. Now this is CT spawn, like this big area all the way to the archways over here is CT. Yeah, these archways over here, you can maybe call this arch, but it's like more commonly known as like CT here. This is wall, or back wall, or whatever. This is called wall. This is connector. Now when I first started playing Breeze, we call this as tunnel because it's called tunnel in the map. But as few more matches were played, people started calling this as connector. So yeah, tunnel or connector, but it's more being commonly known as connector. So yeah, this is cubby. This is pillar. This huge thing in the middle is pillar. This is back pillar. This is back sight. Like close left or whatever. And this is default, where you usually plant the bomb. From the games of Breeze that I played, even though it wasn't much, this is where we usually plant, like right here. Because if you plant right here, you won't be as open in connector, and you won't be as open here in CT. And when you're planting here, you shouldn't really worry about backside, because if you're gonna plant here, your team must most likely like clear this area for you. So yeah, it's like default most common plants. This is B main. Whole area right here. That's window. And this area is elbow. Like this big like L, if you would say. Yeah, that's why it's called elbow. It's here. And it's like top mid. That's nest. Like this area is called nest. Now in mid here, there's not really callouts for here yet. Although these are like common, like really annoying spots when you're a defender and you're trying to rotate through mid doors here. Because I played matches where people camp here, so just be careful of this spot. There's no callouts yet. Or like this is big area, but yeah. So this is mid doors. Mid doors, double doors. Leading into A here. I forgot to mention this vents. Where you drop in through halls. Now we get into A side here. Now this is door. Open door, you get into halls here. This is bridge. This is CT. This is triple. This 3 boxes right here, triple. This is also called cubby. Do keep in mind, again, like I said from the icebox callouts video, there's like 2 spots where it's also called cubby. Like in B here, this spot is also called cubby. But again, if you're going through A and your teammate calls it out cubby, it's obviously gonna be the spot then in B. So yeah, keep in mind. This is backside. Now, this is a common spot, but I'm not 100% sure what this spot is. I've heard like some players call it brick because of the brick box right here, like this spot as brick. Although I haven't heard it as much, or it's not that common of a color, but I have heard this spot be called as brick. So yeah. Now this is default. This is where you usually plant the bomb. You usually have like a viper wall, dividing the site, or a sage wall or whatever, or a smoke, basically cutting the site into 2. This is where you usually plant. And this is left boob and right boob. No, I'm just kidding. We don't really have a call out for this. Honestly, the most common one is literally pyramid. Like pyramid. Like left pyramid or right pyramid. Like back left pyramid is what I've like most heard is what I've heard commonly. Even though I haven't heard it as much, but like the common thing that I hear my teammates use is pyramid, like left pyramid or right pyramid. But yeah, there's not really a call out for this yet. We just use, I don't know, like left or back right. Now this spot is actually a pretty common spot from the games I played, but there's no call for it yet. Again, wait for a few weeks and then let it flesh out, let the callouts flesh out, and let it go naturally. Now this is A main. Again, this is elbow. Now again, keep in mind in B there's also a spot called elbow, so yeah. Now this A main is also called as cave sometimes, but do keep in mind that do not like use the callouts that are used in like your map, because they're not gonna be entirely accurate. Like for example, this is called shop. Like no, I've heard no one call this a shop. People call this as elbow from my games. So yeah. Yeah, this is called A main or cave. Honestly, either of the two, because people like to call it as A main or cave. It's like really common to call it as cave or A main. So this is ropes leading up into halls. Now, I've heard like some pro players in NA or some other like streamers call this as kitchen, but here in Asia we call this as halls or like corridor, but you know, mostly called as halls. Halls, kitchen, whatever. Again, depending on your region. Now this is vents leading up into mid here, and will lead us back here, right here into the nest area. Now this spot, again, the callouts are not fully fleshed out, so we don't really know the calls for all the way like this big ass area here. This is spawn. Oh, hey, look, the spike. And yeah, that's about it for the Breeze callouts so far. And again, the callouts in Breeze are not complete yet, so these are the callouts that I personally have heard and used in the Breeze matches that I played in comp. And yeah, I hope this video helped you guys out. If it did, please leave a like on the video and subscribe if you have not already. And yeah, see you guys in the next video.